Because Marlo, if you think about if he's comparing himself to Marlo in this four 8 bars, however much he spit. Marlo ain't never want to be down with the co-op anyway. That's what Fat Prop Joe used to call it. Marlo never wanted to be with the co-op. Marlo used to come to the co-op and sit in them meetings only because he could get the good dope from Prop Joe. That's the only reason Marlo used to show up to the meetings. Then when he killed Prop Joe and motherfucking got the plug directly, he like, man, we ain't meeting up. I ain't never want to come here anyway. So if he's comparing himself to Marlo in his scheme that he's doing, his 8-bar scheme, or 4 bars, 6 bars, whatever it was, he basically, I took it as, I didn't want to be around y'all anyway. Man, Warren said this be good for business.
Jay-Z may have revealed the biggest business lesson of his entire career without people even realizing it. Cameron just broke down the hidden meaning behind Jay-Z comparing himself to Marlo from The Wire when he said, I ain't much for meetings anyway. Forget the brunches. Now at first, that line sounds like Jay-Z was just dismissing industry events. But Cameron explained that the deeper message was about power, leverage, and knowing your value. Because when Marlo from The Wire stopped showing up to the meetings, it wasn't because he couldn't get in the room. It was because he no longer needed the room. He had built enough control where people had to come to him. And Cameron believes that Jay-Z was sending a similar message about the music industry. Once you build ownership, influence, and real business power, you don't have to chase every relationship or prove you belong anymore. Now I'm about to let y'all hear this for yourselves, but before I do, I just need y'all to like, leave your thoughts down below in the comment section, and subscribe. Let's get into it.
Speaking of Jay-Z, a line I overlooked in that freestyle. I know freestyle came out a month or two ago, whatever, but he said, I'm Marlo, I ain't much for the meetings anyway, fuck the brunches. Did you catch that when he first said that?
I heard it, but no, I didn't. But no, to answer your question, no. The first, because I listened to it a few times, I didn't actually catch that line until maybe a week ago. Because, you know, people be replaying the clips and everything else. But I did hear that line that you're talking about, yeah. Not the first time I heard it. He said so much, I missed it the first time.
Yeah, I felt crazy because I'm not going to lie. I wanted to go. I said I had to
go where?
To the brunch. I said, what do you mean fuck the brunches? I said, so wait a minute. I'm thinking, I'm assuming he's talking about the brunches he used to have. I remember saying, yo, I got the suit ready. Cam, what's up? You always want to curve something. Let's go. And you said no. But I never, you know, I'm just now catching that line or whatever. I wanted to know what was your opinion on it when he said fuck the brunches, about the people who went already. And now you saying fuck the brunches. I just thought that was kind of crazy.
Yeah, man, that's actually a great question. So if I remember correctly, he had a lot of little wire shit in that freestyle that I overlooked as well. He's like, I'm Marlo. I ain't much for meetings anyway. Fuck the brunches, the price of the brick going up. So if you watch The Wire, after Marlo killed Prop Joe, they was having drug meetings every week, and he's like, man, I ain't much for meetings anyway. And fuck these meetings, we ain't doing them no more. And the price of the brick is going up. That's that, I got to connect. So when I heard that line, the question is not for me, son. The question is for more people who went to the brunches. Like, that nigga said, fuck the brunches, I ain't much for meetings anyway. Did he ever care about the brunches? Or he just was rounding niggas up to see how many niggas would come? Pause. That's how I took the line. He could have something totally different. Everybody has their own opinion on how they see things. But when I heard that line, I'm sitting there saying, man, fuck the brunches. I ain't much for meetings anyway. Because Marlo, if you think about if he's comparing himself to Marlo in this four 8 bars, however much he spit, Marlo ain't never want to be down with the co-op anyway. That's what Fat Prop Joe used to call it. Marlo never wanted to be with the co-op. Marlo used to come to the co-op and sit in them meetings only because he could get the good dope from Prop Joe. That's the only reason Marlo used to show up to the fucking meetings. Then when he killed Prop Joe and motherfucking got the plug directly, he like, man, we ain't meeting up. I ain't never want to come here anyway. So if he's comparing himself to Marlo in this scheme that he's doing, this 8-bar scheme, or 4 bars, 6 bars, whatever it was, he basically, I took it as, I didn't want to be around y'all niggas anyway. Man, Marlo said this be good for business.
That's the way I took it.
Yeah,
that's why I was upset. Like, wait a minute, I used to want to go to them brunches. You ain't want to go, so I was like, all right. You like, nah, man.
I knew that nigga Jay-Z was Marlo. You tell his face at the pictures he wasn't smiling with nobody in them fucking brunches. Nigga sitting there with this face. Same face he had with Michael Jackson when he asked him about Mike. He, man, nigga like, yo, this is good for business, Rock Nation popping. I don't want to be around these niggas. And I'm not saying Jay-Z felt like that. I'm just telling you how I took it. So like said, you Marlo, you ain't much for meetings. Fuck these brunches, the price of the brick going up. You have to ask the question. I would love to ask the question to anybody who went to them brunches, like, yo, how you feel about Jay-Z saying that? You'll get the niggas and be like, well, it was good at the time. I got the politic. I met some great people. And, you know, it led to something else. He ain't want to be there with niggas, man. He didn't. He said it. He ain't much for me anyway. In other words, ain't no more brunches coming up, nigga. I know the next brunch he throw niggas go, they bugging. He said he ain't much for meetings anyway.
The biggest lesson from Jay-Z's No More Brunches line is not about avoiding people. It's about understanding your value. I think what makes this conversation stand out is that success changes the way people look at opportunities. Early on in your career, you have to be in every single room. You have to build relationships. You have to network. You have to learn from people who are already ahead of you. But once you build real leverage, the game changes. Your time becomes your most valuable asset. You stop chasing access and start creating opportunities that bring people toward you. That's why this Jay-Z and Marlo comparison connects with so many people. It represents the mindset of somebody who understands positioning. It's not about thinking that you're better than anybody else. It's about knowing where your energy creates the most value. So let me ask y'all this. Do you think Jay-Z's Forget the Brunches line was more about business strategy, or was it about distancing himself from the industry? And do you think Cameron was right that Jay-Z was comparing himself to Marlo and showing that he no longer needed those meetings? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.